Well, thank you, and hello, everyone. We are excited to introduce Select Connect Edition, Bentley's comprehensive program for your design and analytical modeling applications. Select Connect Edition represents the most significant upgrade to Bentley's flagship Select program since its inception. Select Connect Edition ensures infrastructure professionals have the tools and the services they need as their organizations embrace going digital. So how do project delivery and owner-operator organizations equip their teams? Well, it all starts with applications. And with Bentley, you have a choice. You can purchase perpetual licenses to provide your professionals with what they need for predictable, ongoing work. And your applications are kept continuously updated through Select. For spikes in your work, you can also choose to use term licenses. With term licenses, you use exactly what you need when you need it, and you only pay for what you use. With Bentley, you have a choice. You can purchase perpetual licenses for any of Bentley's entire comprehensive portfolio of design and analytical modeling applications. And your licenses are pooled countrywide, allowing them to be shared by modeling professionals throughout your organization. Pooled licenses are significantly more valuable and cost-effective than named user licenses and ensure that you are better positioned with the licenses you need to conduct your ongoing work. To extend your flexibility and to keep your perpetual licenses evergreen, we provide you with an annual portfolio balancing right. With portfolio balancing, you can exchange any of your licenses for other titles from Bentley's portfolio. Portfolio balancing lets you align your application portfolio with your evolving project mix and organizational requirements. And to keep your team productive, you benefit from 24/7, 365 support from Bentley's worldwide team of engineering experts. With term licensing, you only pay for what you use. Select term licenses have a quarterly term, making it easier to calibrate your use to the heartbeat of your projects. And your term licenses are always current and supported 24/7, 365. You can choose to equip your team entirely through perpetual licenses. Or you might prefer a pure consumption model using term licenses to exactly match your licensing to your usage. Or you can use a combination of the perpetual and term licensing. With Bentley, you have a choice. Much has changed since Select and its subscription model was introduced over 2 decades ago. Select reflected Bentley's core value of a continuous and collaborative relationship with our users and ensured we were best aligned to the work and goals of your organizations. But now the world is very different. When Select was first introduced, there was no internet, no cell phones, no laptops. Payphones were still common. The CD had just been introduced, and email was in its infancy. But think of it. Most young adults cannot even imagine such a world. They work differently. They play differently. They have a thirst for information, and they must have it where they are and when they need it. Everything is in the now, and they consume it in bite-sized portions. They keep informed differently, and they learn differently. The millennials are the stewards of the digital generation. They are the digital natives, and being digital is part of everything they are and everything they do. But all of us live in a digital world now. We all stay connected. We all take our work and our data wherever we go. And we want instant access to the right information, and we want it exactly when we need it. The very nature of how projects are delivered is undergoing transformative change. The infrastructure community is going digital. Our teams now need to be connected to their work, to their information, and to each other at all times, no matter where they are, at the office, in the field, or on the site. So with Select Connect Edition, we are introducing Connect services to meet these requirements and to support your organizations in your journeys of going digital. Connect services are an included benefit for every Select subscriber and will empower users to master the use of Bentley applications, individuals to get work done at any time from any place, and for teams to connect and to collaborate. Application mastery will be delivered through adaptive learning services, which will incorporate and supersede all offerings previously available through the Bentley Learn subscription. You will continue to be able to take advantage of on-demand courses, live virtual training, and virtual learning conferences. But we will now deliver content directly to your applications through Connect Advisor, including contextual assistance provided through short feature and workflow videos, as well as personalized learning paths and knowledge maps. Connect Advisor will also increasingly leverage Azure-based machine learning to further personalize its recommendation for each user. Personal mobility services will allow users to get work done at any time from any place. You will have secure access to your work from any device through Bentley's apps for iOS, Android, and Windows, including Navigator Mobile, ProjectWise Edge Mobile, OpenRoads Navigator Mobile, ProjectWise Worksite, and Bentley Map Mobile. ProjectWise connection services will allow teams to connect and to collaborate. With Select Connect Edition, every user of a Bentley application now becomes a ProjectWise user. You can securely share and deliver application data, collaborating with other users. Users can also create, send, and receive transmittals, submittals, and RFIs. Plus, they can access Component Center content and BIM standards to support design and analytical modeling workflows. Teams will also benefit from dashboards for each connected project to review project status as well as to benchmark project performance. So there you have it, the incredible value of the Select Connect Edition with Connect services. And today we're going to get a detailed look at one part of that, getting work done anytime from any place through personal mobility with Bentley apps. At this time, I'd like to introduce Nicole Stefano, Senior Director, Product Marketing, and Rob Riley, Applications Engineer, for a presentation on personal mobility with Bentley apps. Nicole?
Thank you very much, Amy, and welcome everyone. Today, Rob and our presentation will focus on personal mobility. As Amy mentioned, Select Connect services provide personal mobility to all of you as our Bentley Design application users. These services allow you to get work done at any time from any place. It provides you secure access to your project work from any device through Bentley apps for iOS, Android, and Windows. The applications we'll cover today include Navigator Mobile, OpenRoads Navigator Mobile, ProjectWise Edge Mobile, ProjectWise Worksite, and Bentley Map Mobile. A major challenge our user organizations face today is connecting you and your project teams to information and making that information mobile. Challenges such as outdated data or no access to models, drawings, and documents in the field, or slow approvals can often be overwhelming. And this is further complicated as project teams are often regionally and in some cases globally dispersed. Overcoming these office site field collaboration challenges is essential for you to improve coordination so that you can resolve issues quickly with a goal to minimize project. project's cost as well as schedule overruns. Now, what separates Bentley apart from others is that we offer you a connected collaborative experience so that you can securely access project content. You will be able to navigate and review models, drawings, as well as other really important relevant data. Now, whether you're in the field, in the job trailer, or at the office, this collaborative environment will enable you the visibility required to see critical project information from anywhere and at any time. Today, we'll take a look at how you, as a Bentley Design Application user, can improve collaboration amongst your project team so that you can speed design reviews by verifying constructability, as well as identify potential changes during that design process. You'll be able to ensure that documents that need to be reviewed and approved are distributed to the right people at the right time. And you also will be able to capture critical field data from the field in an effort to identify and resolve issues quickly, speed inspections and sign-offs, as well as have the capability to complete daily reports and punch list. With immediate access to project content available from ProjectWise connection services, you'll be able to ensure the coordination of office, site, and field workflows and all of your personnel. Now, as a reminder, ProjectWise connection services provide introductory access to ProjectWise with basic collaboration capabilities. These services will help you to securely share and deliver your application data so that you can collaborate with others. You'll be able to create, send, and receive transmittals, submittals, as well as RFIs. You'll be able to establish standards with Component Center, as well as have a benefit from dashboards so that you can review project status of your documents and your deliverables. So I encourage you, all of you, to join us for our next webinar where we'll provide a lot more detail around these services and how you can benefit from them as well. Our goal today, however, is to focus on office site field workflows and how these personal mobility apps can improve that information flow. Our first topic will be around design review. Throughout design, you need the ability to holistically review integrated models in an effort to communicate design intent. You also want to encourage teamwork, including timely BIM reviews with your project stakeholders. And you want to be able to easily coordinate trades by viewing clashes. You can do this with the personal mobility applications. And our first one we're going to talk about today is Navigator Mobile. Here you'll be able to streamline those design reviews by providing model-based data visualization to your users. You'll be able to gain insight into your project with much clearer visibility in the information in those 3D models. And Rob will show you how you can improve project coordination with the ability to view clashes as well as resolve issues. So over to you, Rob.
Navigator Mobile allows easy access to even your largest project models on a mobile device. Here we're doing a design review of a plant that's currently being expanded. The project team is dispersed between multiple offices. I happen to be on the road working from my hotel room, but I can easily access the model from my tablet device and interact with the team. I've been tasked with walking through the model and confirming that the pumps we've selected for the design meet the specifications that are required. Using the easy-to-use walk tools, I navigate through the model until I find the pump that I'd like to review. It turns out that there's a column blocking my view, but that's not a problem because I can easily remove it from the display. When we publish an iModel from a design application, we bring both the graphical information as well as the intelligence behind the objects in the original design. When we select the pump, its attributes are displayed in the panel on the right. We can now review the information on the pump and determine it is the correct pump based on the design. We can also find pumps with similar characteristics and confirm that they are correct as well. When working with large models, such as this one, it is important to be able to narrow the amount of information that you're working with. One way to do this is to turn off models, levels, or layers that were brought in from the original design, and then capture that so it can be recalled again in the saved view. In this case, we're searching for several of the design models, turning them off, and then creating a saved view of the resulting information. This allows us to recall this subset of the design whenever we need to. As you know, these design review sessions are often done on very large, complex models. By dividing the model into multiple different sections, this allows the user to be able to work on a particular portion of the model effectively. So if you could imagine creating multiple sections of this particular design, maybe one of the building, another of the tank area, and perhaps a third of the piping between the two, then as a user enters the model, they can pick the section that they want, and then they're working with a much smaller area of the design, and it'll be easier and more effective to work with. We've seen how we can conduct design review sessions on very large, complex models. The team members participating in the design review can access their design information from wherever they are from their tablet device. Bentley Navigator has the ability to do complex searches. In this example, we're going to search the plant for all components which have a tag number of 3101. The search results in a list of the components. By selecting an item from the results, we will navigate to that component. We'll now adjust the color and transparency of the tank. This allows us to see it more clearly. There is a component blocking our view. We can simply select it and remove it from the display. When we select the tank we're working with, all the attributes will be displayed. Components typically have many attributes. Here we'll see how we can filter the display of the attributes to make them easier to work with. We start by turning off the display of all the attributes and then search for the ones that we want to turn back on. By searching for unit, we can turn on the unit and the unit number. Favorites can also be selected. This will ensure that the favorite is always at the top of the list. Notice that when we apply these changes, only the attributes we chose are displayed and the favorites are at the top. By using the Find Similar tool, we can find all the device type codes that have a tag of DM. We can isolate and color code the items on the list to make them easier to find and visualize within the model. Now we can clear the isolation and see the tanks in the context of the overall model. During the design review process, checking for clashes is an important way to ensure that there are not problems in the design before they become critical issues in construction. Here we have a metro station from an airport project, and we can easily review the clashes that are assigned to us no matter where we are, at a remote office, on the road, or in the field.
Thanks, Rob. Now, for those of you who are responsible for civil projects, we also offer a complimentary application, Open Roads Navigator Mobile. This application is GPS aware and will provide you with quick access to both 2D and civil data. You'll have linear referencing, and you'll also have the ability to redline and mark up this data. We encourage you to try Open Roads Navigator Mobile if you're working on civil projects. Now let's continue our journey regarding office site field workflows. And our topic this time will be around document approvals. Now, team leads and project managers don't want to be the bottleneck when it comes to timely review and approval of documents, let's say, that meet a 30, 60, or 90-day milestone. These individuals are also often responsible for approving construction documentation so construction can begin. However, in order to enable real-time collaboration, you and your team will need access from a trusted source in a project context so that you can keep these reviews moving forward. With ProjectWise Edge Mobile, you will have immediate access to project information, so these professionals, regardless of where they are, can access this information through ProjectWise Edge Mobile by using one of the connection services that I highlighted earlier today, referred to as ProjectWise Project Share. Now, these engineers will have complete access to relevant engineering data so that they can quickly review and approve drawings and documents. They'll also be able to facilitate project meetings no matter where they are, and they'll be able to recognize those issues coming in from the field so that they can resolve those issues quickly. Now over to Rob for a demonstration of ProjectWise Edge Mobile.
During the normal course of delivering projects, documents need to be signed off on before they can be sent out for construction. In this case, the structural engineer is working off-site on another project, but they still need to sign off on the documents. Let's see how easily this can be done. Working from a tablet device, the engineer picks the Issued for Construction folder from the project share. From the list of drawings, which are ready for construction, they can open one in Adobe Reader on the iPad. They can then review the drawing, make sure that everything is correct, and then sign off on the drawing by placing their signature in the title block. Once the document is signed, it can be saved back to the project share and be issued for construction.
And finally, getting timely feedback from the field is critical so that you can minimize changes that often impact cost and schedule overruns. With the pace of projects today, our users have told us they need an app for complete field data management so that they can ensure all field personnel are working to the latest approved for construction documents, as well as capturing data from the field. It could be RFIs, punch lists, and even daily reports, with the ultimate goal to communicate issues in real time to all project team participants. With ProjectWise Worksite, you will ensure that your construction field personnel have access to that latest information. They'll be able to expedite their site visits as well as automate that field data collection. Now, for example, a foreman and field superintendent, they'll eliminate all the risk of relying on potentially outdated printed materials. Additionally, users can capture potential field issues. They can redline drawings and PDFs, as well as link photos so they can tell the complete story of what's happening during construction. And as we release new field data management services, user organizations and project teams will be able to create standard forms so that you can easily collect data from the field. And these forms can include inspection reports, daily logs, as well as RFIs. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Rob for one last demonstration of ProjectWise Worksite.
At the end of construction projects, it's common to update the drawings to reflect the as-built conditions. Here we're walking around the construction site with our iPad looking for things that were constructed differently in the field than they are in the construction documents. We notice as we get to one corner of the structure that the foundation was laid out differently than is shown in the construction documents. We're now going to create a markup by using some simple editing tools in Adobe Reader on the iPad. We simply draw a notation showing the area that isn't correct, and then we're going to add a note to that as well. Once we've defined this, we can simply save it back to our project share, and it's ready to be updated in the actual construction documents back in the office. Let's take a look at how we can identify issues on a project site and easily resolve them. In this scenario, we're using our tablet device, in this case an iPad. We're walking around the project site looking for potential problems. We notice that there's a crack in the foundation which we need to identify and resolve. We launch our Issues Resolution service from the Worksite app, and we can now create a new issue. We can add details like a report date, a location within the site. We'll now take a photograph of the crack in the foundation and add it to the form. We can also add whatever additional comments that are necessary. Once we've synced the additional information, it's available in the project portal. We'll now assign a team member to resolve the problem that we've identified. We select an issue or multiple issues and assign them to a project team member. The responsible party is now notified in two different ways. They receive a pop-up message on their screen and an email, both containing links which will guide them to the information they need to resolve the problem that has been identified in the field. We've seen how projects can identify problems in the field, capture them in an issue register, assign them to team members to ensure that they get resolved.
Another important field capability is to be able to provide offline access to large volumes of geospatial data. Rob, in just a minute, is going to give a demonstration of Bentley Map Mobile, and here users will be able to easily locate assets by query or by GPS location. In addition, they'll be able to create markups indicating changes in field conditions and have those markups transmitted back to the office. So at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Rob for one last demonstration. Rob?
Bentley Map Mobile enables field workflows with your geospatial data. On touch-enabled devices like an iPad, you can easily zoom, pan, and rotate the view by using your fingers on the screen. As you can see, Bentley Map Mobile has a very easy-to-use interface, which allows field workers to get up to speed and become productive very quickly. Layers can be turned off to simplify the view and make the design easier to work with. Full search queries make it easy to search for features. By scrolling through the results, we are automatically zoomed to the selected facility. You can imagine how this helps users find equipment in the field quickly and easily. Easy-to-use measurement tools allow for quick and accurate measurements of areas and distances. It is easy to get directions to locations within the project using the built-in map integration. This is very useful in allowing users to find the locations they need to be working in. Adding markups to the maps can easily reflect changes in the field and potential problems that may be going on the project. Adding photos and videos is easy to document the as-built conditions. This can be very valuable when developing as-built documentation. Here we've seen examples of how we can improve field worker productivity using Bentley Map Mobile.
Thanks again, Rob. I hope this demonstration provided you all with an understanding how this connected collaborative experience will help you securely access project content and in order to navigate and review models, drawings, as well as all relevant project content. Whether you're in the field, job trailer, or the office, this collaborative environment will enable visibility to critical project information from anywhere at any time. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering how you can get started. So first, visit bentley.com. There's a store link, and here you will be able to see a quick link for all the personal mobility apps presented today. Next, if you haven't created a profile, I encourage you to visit connect.bentley.com. Here you will be able to simply create your profile and then be able to take advantage of all the Connect services highlighted during this webinar series. I'd like to thank everyone for their time today, and at this point we'd like to turn it over to the moderator so that we can answer any questions that you may have. Thank you again.